turn around here, and bam, there it is. The Forrest Gump bench. Goodbye, Florida. Welcome to Georgia, grown back here. Into the Danny, April 23rd, 2026. And look, all the vloggers go through it. We all got to deal with the noise. Got my friend over here cutting grass. He's making sure the bushes are a perfect square. They're already a perfect square, but he wants, I guess, to get the line perfect. You know what I mean? But either way, we're here at a special location. Let me swing you around. Ready? Boom. Chippewa Square. That is the location right there where Forrest Gump was sitting down and said, Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. Like, subscribe, let's roll. Okay guys, this right here is James Edward Oglethorpe. Okay, now before we leave the Chippewa Square, we're gonna be heading over to the Savannah History Museum. And then after the Savannah History Museum, we're gonna walk River Street, we're gonna walk around Savannah and just get a feel for it. But this is erected by the state of Georgia, the city of Savannah, and the patriotic societies of the state to the memory of the great soldier, eminent statesman, and famous philanthropist, James Edward Oglethorpe, who in the city on the 12th day of February, AD, Anno Domini, that's Latin for the year of our Lord, 1753, founded and established the colony of Georgia. So this is it, guys. This is the guy. This is the guy that founded Georgia. The state, Savannah, the city, and he's honored here. He's got a pretty dark history too, but we might get into that later in another video. So here you go. There's another sign of James Edward. The monument in the square to James Edward, the great soldier. I already read all that. The 9-foot bronze statue. Pretty cool. So yeah, that is where the famous scene where Forrest, obviously played by Tom Hanks, was sitting there in his Nikes with a red check with the box in his hand. Now, the Savannah History Museum that we're going to has an actual screen-used bench. The bench has been tried. The reason they moved this because people have been trying to steal it for years. Obviously, it's something that would fetch a high price. What else? If you guys don't know this, and I'll make this quick, the year that Forrest Gump came out, the year that it qualified for the Academy Awards, it was going up against. Look at this year. Look what movies once were. That year, Forrest Gump at the Academy Awards, I believe it won the Academy Award for Best Picture, was going up against Pulp Fiction and The Shawshank Redemption. It's a pretty great year, 1994. For me, I think Shawshank should have won. It's my favorite film of all time. We definitely will be going to the Shawshank prison one day in Mansfield, Ohio. But besides that, guys, let's get over to the History Museum. They got VA leaf blowers here. You know, this guy just busted out an electric one, so a lot of noise, but hey, all the vloggers go through it, so I gotta go through it. Like, subscribe, let's roll. All right, walking into the Savannah History Museum. I like history museums. Get to really find out what a city's all about, how it was built, what made Savannah, Savannah. You know what I mean? Like for instance, a question that I want to know is why every building is brick. But let's go on in, guys. Going on in. Wow, that's cool. All right. Nice high wood ceilings. Can be purchased at the museum entrance down the hall. All right, let me get some. Okay, we're going down this hall right here. Wonder who that lady is. All right. That looks like cotton. Let's keep it going. All right, here we are, Savannah History Museum. Awesome. What is this? Look at this. both of these cannonballs were removed from Cannon C0013. It is possible the British tried to render this cannon useless by filling its bore, I guess that's the main tube part, with munitions and junk. As the conservation of other 17 cannons continues, we will see if they are blocked as well. Wow. Look at that, man. That is crazy. All 19 cannons look like this short gun when they were pulled out of the Savannah River, covered in rust and marine life. These are the only two that will be conserved because they are damaged. They will continue to crumble over time. The other 17 cannons and 17 artifacts will undergo electrolysis, I don't know how to say that, a type of conservation for metal submerged in water. We hope more of their history will be revealed through marks, or other indicators. Crazy. Okay, 12 bucks to get in. Looks like I got pretty much the museum all to myself. So I was speaking to the head of the museum. He says that these guys in the middle of the night wake up. Just kidding, that is terrifying. All right, here we go. So here is where they have the Forrest Gump bench, an actual screen used one. So looking forward to seeing that. All right, what do we got here? This painting illustrates rice field ready for harvest. The mature seeds turned a golden yellow. The color of rice, coupled with the spectacular wealth provided by the crop, led plantation owners to satirically name this rice Carolina Gold. Very cool. What we got here? Growing, harvesting, and processing rice was a year-round labor-intensive operation. It could only be grown along stretches of freshwater rivers and creeks that experienced tidal flooding. The marshy landscape was reshaped by enslaved laborers with canals and floodgates called trunks to control the drainage of the rice fields. Wow. All right, we continue. What is this boat right here? Savannah waterfront circa 1880. I wonder what this is right here. This looks, let me see what it is. Maybe Indian, but Native American. Pretty cool. Let's keep it going. There's an old dental office. Tell me that doesn't look terrifying. Dr. William T. Belford, 1898 to 1980. Oh, look at that. Yep. Strap you down and let's see what we got here. This is British 3-pounder light infantry gun. Weight 500 pounds. Range approximately 880 yards. You don't think they shoot far, but they do. Ammunition, solid shot, grape shot, and canister shot. This weapon was pulled by one horse or carried in rough terrain by 8 men. Using 4-handed spikes, the long poles lying on the gun, so like that. See it right here? It was often referred to as a butterfly when carried this way. In battle, it got the name grasshopper because it jumped around when fired, or when men pushed it forward with the twin rear handspikes shown in the image below. Yep. That is terrifying. Crazy, the history of Savannah. So this is American Revolutionary time, and this is the 71st Regiment Scout Highlanders Light Infantry British. This is here the Chasseurs Volunteers de, so this is the French, more than likely. Light infantry. Wow, look at that. And then the coolest part of this section, it's very random. We turn around here and bam, there it is. The Forrest Gump bench. Screen used. That is awesome. And there we have Forrest himself waiting on Jenny. I don't even have to read it. There we have Forrest and director Robert Zemeckis. Guys, if you don't know Robert Zemeckis, One of the best directors in Hollywood history. Back to the Future, Flight with Denzel Washington, Forrest Gump, what else? Contact, right? Yeah, he directed Contact. What else? With Jodie Foster. But there it is. They even got like a little briefcase and all there. That's awesome. Savannah in the American Revolution. Says here, Liberty Boys. Father against son. Son against father, and nearest relations and friends combating with each other. At the end of the French and Indian War in 1763, Great Britain was in debt. Though victorious, the royal government felt colonists should pay a portion of the debt incurred during the war in the American colonies. British Parliament levied new taxes on the colonies. The Stamp Act, passed in March 1765, taxed all printed documents. Many colonists believed the Parliament was directly taxing them without their consent by ignoring their elected representatives. Colonists protested. The most vocal group of protesters formed the quasi-secret society known as the Liberty Boys, or the Sons of Liberty, that soon had members in every colony. Additional laws taxed glass, lead, paint, paper, and tea. In response, the Sons of Liberty threw an incoming shipment of tea into the Boston Harbor, dubbing it the Boston Tea Party. Britain retaliated with a series of punitive restrictive laws colonists termed the Intolerable Acts. So if you ever don't think, I mean, that's it right there, right? Like that is where America began, where it was founded, why it was founded. So whenever anybody tells you that America wasn't founded because of money, just read that. That's all you need to know right there in a nice, concise paragraph. Savannah Jazz. Let's check it out. Oh, look at these family carriages. Not one. Reminds me of Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom. All right, this is the Savannah Jazz and History Hall of Fame. What is jazz? If you have to ask, you'll never know. Louis Armstrong, that's right. Cool. Savannah Jazz Hall of Fame, over 40 members. Oh, beautiful. What do we got here? All the famous jazz musicians. I'm not really into jazz, but you know, I can appreciate it as an art form. Made in Savannah. Oh, look, Ray Charles. I like Ray Charles' music. I love Ray Charles' music. I know he's from Georgia. I just don't know where in Georgia. Ray Charles performed at the 1988 Savannah Jazz Festival, during which he delivered a rare encore. Interesting. There he is right there. And yes, I started liking his music because of the movie with Jamie Foxx, which is an excellent movie. Savannah Jazz Festival. Wow, it gets busy. Look at that. Interesting. I don't know why, but sitting in these museums when they're completely empty just gives it a greater effect, you know? It's sad, you know? It's sad that there's nobody in here right now looking at this, but you can at least appreciate it a little bit. All right, making my way out of the jazz section. Pretty cool. There's a lot of people, a few people from Savannah that played in Thelonious Monk's band, which, you know, Thelonious Monk, he's the legendary jazz musician. So again, cool, learn little interesting facts and things like that. So okay, so here is the cotton gin. Of course, a symbol of American prosperity, of American power, one of the first industries to build America, but also a symbol of one of the darkest times in America, which represented obviously slavery. So this is the diagram of Eli Whitney's cotton gin. Whitney did invent a new type of cotton gin that sparked major economic and social changes across the United States. It says here, Whitney's cotton gin used wire teeth to pull the seeds from the cotton rather than the rollers that squeezed the seeds from the cotton. Its invention was made in 1794. Incredible. There it is. That's the cotton. There's the gin. And then here is the wiring, I believe. Yep. Right in there. Separate the seed from the cotton. This is an older model, I believe, that had the wheel in the back. Floor loom. The floor loom is over 200 years old. It is a 4-harness loom. We have chosen to use only 2 harness. More intricate designs required more harness. The loom is hand hewn of heart pine and may have originated in the North Georgia mountains. Wow. Incredible. Come over here, and we have a gigantic train. Oh, World War II. Some World War II history here. Sort of the women that served during World War II. What we got here? Oh. Got here headquarters 791st Railway Operations Battalion. Cargo. Very cool. Come over here. Oh, look at this. Sort of the uniforms for seamen. Naval Construction Battalion, World War II. And here we got 8th Service Command. World War II 8th Service Command handled a multitude of tasks for all the Army forts and installations in New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Such tasks include overseeing food and clothing supply. So there you go. You got to get the food and the clothing over to the soldiers. This is a Gatling gun for sure. There it is. This is the German Maxim 1908. You got the Vickers Mark I medium machine gun. The Vickers gun in action during the First World War. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. The First World War was particularly terrifying. If you want to see how terrifying it was, watch a movie on Netflix called All Quiet in the Western Front. World War I, as opposed to the other wars, was particularly terrifying because of it was the beginning, it marked the beginning of real heavy artillery, Gatling guns that are more sophisticated as compared to like the Civil War. So again, completely terrifying. And then of course we have Savannah in the Civil War. And there we have a 55th Regiment, Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry, Confederate, excuse me. The Civil War. The 55th was serving garrison duty in Savannah within 1 month of General Sherman taking the city from the Confederates on December 21st, 1864. Here's another Confederate uniform. Wow. Pretty cool. Who's this guy? Captain William R. Boggs. Captain William R. Boggs, a native of Augusta, Georgia, graduated from West Point in 1853. And equipped with a hatchet, nails, and a good map, Boggs personally surveyed the land, riding through the pine woods, swamps, and marshes to find the best locations for forts and rifle pits. The line ran in a half moon from the Savannah River on the east around the city to Laurel Grove Cemetery on the west. So, pretty cool. Look at this train right here. This is just a big train. Guys, I think we've reached the end of this museum. $12. Yeah, it's not bad for $12. Obviously not, it's not the Smithsonian, but got the job done. Monumental history. What is this? What are these things? Birth of a monument. French Marquis de Lafayette. No, he served with Washington. Served on General Washington's staff as a major during the American Revolution. He returned to America in 1824 for a tour that included a stop in Savannah. Lafayette inspired 5 Revolutionary War monuments throughout the United States, including Savannah's Pulaski Monument. In March of 1825, he laid the cornerstone for the Pulaski Monument in Chippewa Square. See the map to the right. There's a piece of the monument right there. Yeah, Lafayette was big in the American Revolution. Without him, without him and the French, I don't know if we win, to be honest with you, from what I know about the American Revolution. All right, here you have a little gift store at the end. And of course, I have my eye on one thing, and I'm not going to buy it, even though I really want to. And that's this right here. I really want to buy it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hold myself and not buy it. All right, before we head out, here are some of the famous faces of Savannah, Georgia. This looks like Robert E. Lee right here, but I don't know, I might be wrong. All right, all done with that. Let's get over to River Street and let's get over and see what they got going over there. Before we get out to River Street, this is a pretty cool picture right here. But before we get out to River Street, when you walk in the Savannah History Center, you walk in through here. They got some food options over here. Got some food options there. And they got a little gift store here. On the Riverwalk, I know they have a ton of gift stores, but they have a little gift store here. You can come in and, you know, if you want to pick something out, you can go ahead and do that. All right, guys. I'm almost at River Street, which, of course, is the famous boardwalk of Savannah, Georgia. Now, Savannah has a lot of, especially when you get to the River Street, has a lot of declining walking. So can't be looking at the camera pointing at me. So, yep, we're getting there. Haven't been to Savannah, Georgia. It's got to be at least 3 or 4 years now. So let's do it. Savannah is one of those cities that in Georgia, southern Georgia, number one, it definitely has the southern vibe. But it's one of those cities that has a lot of brick, and you really feel the history here. This city has a very, very southern tradition, post-Civil War tradition. So we're gonna go on to the main river walk and see what's going on. It is a Wednesday, so, you know, hopefully not too busy. The people at the hotel said that it's unseasonably busy, so we'll see what we got. Guys, so we're on the river. Here you have the Savannah River. And directly in front of us, you have the Port of Savannah. And not only that, you have the 185 foot high Talamage Suspended Bridge. I mean, look at that thing. Port of Savannah. Ton of history here. So we're starting at this end of the Riverwalk. Over there in the distance, you can see the Savannah Convention Center. We'll get a little bit closer to that. But yeah, the Riverwalk is not looking too busy. We're just gonna stop in some stores. We're gonna get the vibe, and we'll go from there. One of the cool things about this city, like I said, is the history. You feel it. I mean, look at this beautiful brick building. Might be Industrial Revolution time, so like turn of the century, early 1900s. Might be, you know, post-Civil War. I mean, who knows? But at the end of the day, I mean, look at it. It's just beautiful. And by the way, it's now a JW Marriott. JW being an American institution. So look at that. Awesome. Let's keep it going. If you're looking for southern cuisine or seafood, this is definitely the place to be. Usually these places, they get busier at night. But I actually asked the front receptionist at where I'm staying. I said, what's the busiest time of the year? And she said, for some reason, Savannah is the second busiest, or one of the busiest places for St. Patrick's Day in the country, in our country, United States. And also like end of the year, she says now, like pre-summer, it starts to get a little bit busier. Summer's very busy, so makes sense. Oh, got a Starbucks up here. That's cool. Got a little open area here. Very nice. Here's another look at some more of these brick buildings. Beautiful. That building over here is actually a Hyatt Regency. So that's nice. So this right here, I believe, is some sort of war memorial. I don't know what war, so let's walk up to it and see. It's pretty nice. Oh, I figured World War II. So it's a World War II memorial honoring all veterans of Chatham County who gave their lives to retain the freedom of the United States of America and save the world from tyranny. Wow, look at all this. And all the names of the people that gave their lives. Incredible. Memorial. Yep. Some more names here. That's awesome. So if you look straight ahead, you see what I was talking about, the steep decline that you have to come down these stairs. That's all over here, because up there is the main street level. So you got to come down here. So it can get a little steep. All right, so just on the other side of this building, there's more shops and stuff. So let's go over there and see what's going on. Don't know what this gold dome building is, but it looks pretty interesting. Let's get back here on street level. So whenever you come out here, I know that this area here is sort of like the main spot. Where I started is a little bit more at the very end of it. So Olympia Cafe, it looks Greek. It's ice cream and yogurt. Look at this. Look at these buildings, man. They just have like a look to them and a feel. River Sweets Candy and Store. Let's pop in there. All right, let's walk into the Riverside Sweet Shop. Oh man, this place smells amazing. Holy smokes. Taffy they got in there, turning and burning. Look at these old machines. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's keep walking around. Look at all they got every candy you can think of in here. My kids would go crazy. Look at all this. I have to pick something up for Penny and Sophia. See what I'm gonna get them. They want one of these for sure. Let's keep it going. Oh, look at this candy apple they got going here. Nice. Ooh, look at that. Fresh almond clusters. All types of gelato here. They got lemon sorbet, they got vanilla cream, praline ice cream, a bunch of different kinds. Almond clusters they got here. Very good. Look at all this. Wow. Here's the other side. Look at all these. Look at these caramel apples they got here. Look at this. They got a Reese's one, an M&M. This looks, I don't know, more sprinkles. They got a Butterfinger bar. Look at that. Whoa. They got a maple. They got a maple, of course, pecan, Georgia. They got Rocky Road. They got chewy praline, tiger butter. Nice. They got a bunch of stuff down here. Very good. You know, they got a big selection. Look at all this. Wow, look at these right here. This is probably what I'm gonna end up getting right here. Very nice. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm just sitting here figuring out what I'm gonna go do now. But so far, pretty relaxing spot, pretty cool spot. Not my first time here. I think it's my third time here, to be honest. But yeah, I wanted to come by. I wanted to see it. Got some other things I'm gonna vlog, but yeah, wanted to get down to the river. All right, we're continuing. Old brick. All right, let's keep it going. So I tried to look for a tour, a ghost tour, but some guy tried to scam me. I told him, brother, I'm the wrong guy to try to do that too. So I told him no, right to his face. But besides that, let's continue. Oh, look at this store, man. What's this store? Let's go in this store right here. Oh, Got a Zoltar machine, that's cool. I like these little gift stores here. Cool, they got some Air Force stuff, Navy. Super cool. I like a little, just a store with a bunch of little knickknacks and obviously a tribute to the world famous Dale Earnhardt. Some beach themed stuff here, some porch themed stuff here. Super cool. I mean, just a little store. You can come get your knickknacks and all kinds of different, you know, Savannah gear. Let's come on this way. Yep. You want a keychain of your dog? Again, you gotta watch out when you take trips like this. Even if it's for a day or whatever it is, you gotta be careful because people are always trying to scam you. So basically the guy was offering the tour for a reduced rate, but I had to give him cash and come back at a later time. So I was like, nah, I'm good. Plus he didn't really have anything on him. Like he was just kind of standing there. So gotta watch out with those things. And again, trips like this are good for me because, you know, when I take bigger trips or when I take, you know, go somewhere farther or somewhere more unknown, you know, you learn. You learn. You only learn by the ultimate teacher, which is experience, of course. So let's ask this guy right here. What do you think? Pato, what do you think, man? Go back up here to the main street soon. You know what? That's pretty much it. I mean, I guess we'll keep going. Let's just keep going. All right, going up these. Jesus Christ, look how steep these stairs are. Here, I'm gonna flip the camera on. Watch this. Look how steep these stairs are. Look at, oh, look at that. Oh, all right, up we go. Oh, feel like I'm in the 1800s here. Oh, all right. All right, here we go. Just flip it back around. Boom, look how steep these stairs are, dude. All right, let's go, back up. Oh, when I get strong legs, this is where you gotta come, right here. Savannah, Georgia. Wow, those people back then must have had, whew, the people that lived during these times must have really strong legs. So now what you do is, again, Savannah's a great place if you ever want to film a movie. If you ever want to film a movie or a television show, shout out to Atlanta and Savannah. Two great places. Look at this shot right here. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going up these stairs back to the main street level. Got kind of bored of the river street, so let's go back up here. All right, almost up. And bam. I mean, just look at these trees. Come on. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna walk along this street right up here. I have no idea what it's called, but let's see. Let's see what it's called. All right. Called, don't know what it's called. Ah, Bay Street, there it is. Nice little walking street. There you got a nice shot right there of Savannah River and the Riverwalk. Oh, this is a cool picture right here. Look at this. Look at this bridge. That's cool right here. Look at this. Oh, I like this. Wow, look at this bridge. It's got some years on it. For sure. Whoa. You guys want to get a cool view? Look at that. Bam. Look at the Spanish moss right here. Look at that old cobblestone road. This bridge has got some years on it. You can tell. I mean, look how steep the stairs are, guys. Look at those people climbing up the stairs. That's how steep they are. Very cool. Oh, they do like, they got a little love lock bridge here. See the locks down there? Got some more here, right there, all along. And then they got another bridge over here. So that's pretty cool. You know what? Let's go to that other one. Why not? Oh, who knows? Maybe one of the planks will fall through, you know? Let me get off this thing. All right. We got a tobacco shop up there. Oh. Oh, look. Per city ordinance, fine of $50 if you place a lock on the bridge, which a lot of people clearly don't pay attention to. So, look at all these locks. Huh? Pretty cool. Got all these locks here. All right, let's keep walking. Again, Savannah's a cool city. You gotta give it a chance. Very picturesque. Reminds me a lot of the Florida Keys, where it has a feel, it has a look. So yeah. So we saw River Street. We're on Bay Street. There's more to see. Let's continue. See, if you want to go down, you see where it says there, historic steps. Use at your own risk. Look how steep that is. Look, I'm walking over it. You see where my feet are? They're right over this ledge. See my shadow? See, there I go. Look how steep those stairs are. You can go all the way down there. Here you got the little walkway here. It's a steep decline. Let me get on back here because I feel like I'm climbing mountain. So look at this building right here. This is the Savannah Cotton Exchange, Freemasons Hall. Historic looking building. Pretty awesome. All right, let's keep going. And again, guys, look at how steep. Look how steep these stairs are. Take a look. Ready? We're gonna go in. Watch this. Ready? You see? I'm gonna walk along this edge right here. You see my foot? We'll put it right here. You ready? Look at this. Look how steep that is. Pretty steep. Look at that. Bam. All right. That's enough Daredevil stuff for the day. Which I'm actually watching Daredevil right now. Watching the whole thing. What does it say here? Solomon's Lodge. Organized as a Masonic Lodge, February 21st, 1734. Holy smokes. That's about 40 years before the American Revolution. Its first worshipful master was General James Edward Oglethorpe, English soldier, statesman, humanitarian, and founder of Georgia. Holy smokes, this is the guy who founded Georgia. Who raised the flag of England at Savannah on February 12th, 1733. Well, we know what happened about 40 years later. Charted, or actually would be, well, about 50 years later. Charted by the Grand Lodge of England in 1735 as the Lodge at Savannah in the Ye Province of Georgia. Solomon is the oldest continuously operating English constituted lodge in the Western Hemisphere. Wow, so this is the guy, English soldier, statesman, and founder of Georgia. So Georgia was founded by this guy, James Edward Oglethorpe. Did you imagine if Georgia was called Oglethorpe instead of Georgia? Got some old cannons here. These bronze cannon were presented to the Chatham Artillery by President Washington after his visit to Savannah in 1791. I mean, wow, look at that. Of English and French make, respectively. They are excellent examples of the art of ordnance manufacture in the 18th century. Cool. Gifted by George Washington himself. Wow. Gotta be honest, I think I like walking Bay Street more than I like walking River Street. River Street is just, I hate to say this, you know, like I've always told you guys, travel is never perfect, but River Street needs a big time update. It's a lot of just very old gift stores, and be frank with you, it's kind of boring. I mean, look, not every time you go somewhere it's going to be perfect, you know what I mean? So another historical company here, fertilizer, 1867. Wow. phosphate company, fertilizer company. So yeah, like not every time you go somewhere it's gonna be, you know, knockout fun. But again, Bay Street seems more livelier and funner than River Street. Okay, there's the front of the Hyatt Regency that we walked under. The other side is obviously River Street. So we're continuing along here, Bay Street. They got some cool pubs. They got a Moon River Brewing right there. They got a Churchill Pubs, a PS Tavern. That's pretty cool. An English style pub. Nice. Yeah, that River Street needs a big update. Guys, look at this super cool hotel that I found. It's called the Bohemian. Look at this artwork. Amazing. Wow. It smells great in here. This is right off of Bay Street. Look at this artwork right here. Wow. Super cool looking hotel. Bohemian Hotel here at Savannah. Look at that lighting. Yeah, turn around. Yeah, super cool looking hotel. Got the ship work there. Nice. Can't get over how steep the steps are. All right, here we go. All right. Back out to Bay Street. Just a fun city. You know, it's got some, you know, it's got some rough spots. It got, you know, obviously many years on this city, but still a cool city to visit. You can knock out this city, I would say, in about a day or two. There's not really, you know, it's not like a big, you know, international city like New York or London or anything like that, but yeah. You know, overall, fun enough time. Foot traffic is definitely starting to pick up. So it's nice. You know, I don't really like to go. I don't like going places that are like abandoned or nobody cares about. You know, I want to go to places that people like and enjoy going to. Shout out to Chris, my wife's or Melissa's older brother. We got Jeers Antiques here. Let's see if it's open. You got another antique spot. If you can see it, Chris, straight ahead. Golden House Gallery, Antiques and Fine Art, but let's see the hours. Ah, they're already closed, I think. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, they just closed at 5 o'clock. Yep, there it is, right there. Maybe I can return tomorrow, Chris. It's a lot of like furniture stuff. There's really antique stuff in there. Let me see if you can see it, Chris. Can you see it? Let me see. There you go. There you go. So let's keep going. Fun.
So funny. Why is he laughing?
I just went.
Can't get over how beautiful the trees are here too. That's the thing, the aesthetic. That's what I look for when I try to go somewhere. Is the aesthetic is important too. Like the Florida Keys has it. I would say Miami has it. Orlando, in a sense, has it when you're around the theme park areas, obviously. But here, I mean, obviously, it's definitely Revolutionary period, Civil War period. So, all right, I'm walking down this little sidewalk here. So now what I'm gonna do is, gotta go back to the hotel room for a minute, and then I'm gonna go find some other spots off of the river. And like I said, a little bit disappointed with the river. A little boring. Definitely needs a facelift. It's sad too, because when you think about how many cities can access Savannah, Jacksonville, Orlando's 4 hours away. That's how much I drove, about 4 hours. So, you know, there's a lot of places. Atlanta, obviously. So it can definitely become even busier than what it already is. Guys, I like to, you know, again, I'm not a tips channel. I'm not here to, you know, give you a guide to Savannah. I'm an explore channel. But I do like to give tips, especially if it makes the world a safer place. I know I don't have a big channel, but when you're out and about and you're traveling and you're going somewhere and you see the crosswalk turn green or the little guide to go, don't just trust that. Look both ways still and make sure it's clear. Savannah, without a doubt, has the most uneven roads, I think, in the United States of America. When I'm walking, I'm like, yeah, right, oh, yeah, and then make sure you look both ways. Another thing too, when you come to these real popular streets like Peach Street in Atlanta or River Street, Bay Street in Savannah, it's a sad reality of life, but the criminals love to hang around here to get, you know, these tourists, they're not paying attention, they like to take advantage of. So what I suggest is that, you know, if you do stay out, take an Uber, take a Lyft back to your hotel. You know, don't be roaming around places that are kind of off the strip, if you will. So like off of Bay Street, off of River Street, if you're in Savannah, you know, be aware of your surroundings. Also, a lot of these areas have implemented things like this, right? Like these little cameras. So, and trust me, the police use those. And last thing, I mean, this is pretty obvious, but look, before I mention the last thing, look how uneven the sidewalks are here, because they want to keep it traditional, right? They want you to feel like you're in the 1700s. I mean, yeah, you'll twist your ankle, but who cares, right? So it's all part of the experience. So another thing too is that, I mean, obviously, when you're down in a popular street like this, you wanna don't be flashing your stuff, right? Like, don't have your cell phone out, don't have your wallet out. I don't know. I just felt like giving all those safety tips right now, so I did. Okay, so use them. Of course, I give that tip, and I'm holding a $700 camera in my hand, but it's all right. Guys, tell me down below. Give me some travel safety tips for me. I'm always willing to learn. And as we build into the Danny community, right? It's always good to, you know, it doesn't always have to be about pop culture or travel. You know, what are some good travel safety tips that you think I should know in the general public? Comment down below, please.